It's time for me to give you my top 10 list of my favorite films from 2013. Year 10, American Hustle, from director David O. Russell. Fuck, that rhymed. This is kind of weird because I was really anticipating American Hustle because I love Silver Linings Playbook. I think he's a good filmmaker, but American Hustle, it just, the performances are great. The soundtrack is great. The plot is, it's okay, you know. It's weird. And when I finished American Hustle, I felt the same way when I finished the movie Argo from Ben Affleck. Argo was a great film, but I mean, Argo is a great movie, actually, but it's not a movie that I love, you know. It's the same situation here with American Hustle. I think it's a great film, but I just don't love it. I give it like an 8 out of 10, but, you know, great performances. Jennifer Lawrence. God. To number 9, Prisoners, with Hugh Jackman, Jake Gyllenhaal, kidnapping story movie. Listen, the first, like, 8 or 9 minutes of Prisoners had me worried, but after that, as soon as the kids were taken, I think honestly, it sounds fucked up, but I think the movie should have started with the kids being taken, like the first minute, you know, first couple minutes, because as soon as the kids were taken, this movie just grips you, you know what I mean, and the grip gets tighter and tighter and tighter. It's just a dark, dreary film. It's filmed beautifully. The performances are fantastic. Hugh Jackman and Jake Gyllenhaal, in particular, were, ooh man, they were good. I love Jake Gyllenhaal's character. I love the weird blinking. Oh my god, what a dark movie. It genuinely gripped me, and I like genuinely cared because of how fucked up the plot was. And when the movie ended, the ending of this movie is just mind-blowing, just so open to interpretation. It's just, the ending of the movie, I was just like... So moving on to number 8, Don John, starring and directed by Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I thought Don John was a great movie. It was just long enough. It had me just cracking up. You know, I thought it was a great story and a good moral behind it, a good lesson to be learned through this film. And you know, I like when characters kind of change, like there's someone else at the end of the film than they were at the beginning of the film. You know, he really finds enlightenment in his life, and his porn addiction is really no different. The portrayal of his addiction is universal for all addictions. Number 7, Elysium, Neil Blomkamp. First off, Elysium being his second film ever was gonna make this list no matter what. But it's just a visually eye-popping movie. Elysium is. I mean, it's just so detailed. The performances are great. Charlton Copley as Kruger is fantastic. I was impersonating him for like for like weeks. I love this movie. I had a wife, you know. Is this your daughter? Oi, boyki! Alright, let's move on. Number 6 is, for me, The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug. Peter Jackson. I mean, the Lord of the Rings trilogy is like my childhood. I did not like the first installment of the Hobbit film, but The Desolation of Smaug is so good. So epic. Like, the last 40 minutes of this movie is just like I think I creamed my pants. The CGI is inconsistent, you know, here and there, but it's not enough to affect the overall feel of the film, which is epic, fantastic. Can't wait for the 3rd installment. let's move on. Number 5, The Place Beyond the Pines. Such a good movie. Ryan Gosling, Eva Mendes, Bradley Cooper, Ray Liotta. Just such a deep, deep movie. So well made, so captivating. The ending of that movie is just perfection. Just a great movie. Shit, let's move on. Number 4, The Man of Steel. Now, see, here's the problem with The Man of Steel. I do not think that this is a 10 out of 10 movie. American Hustle, I gave it 8 out of 10. Prisoners, I'm feeling a 9 out of 10. Everything else previously that I just said, I thought was a 10 out of 10. Man of Steel, I'm feeling a 9 out of 10. I don't think it's the best Superman movie ever created, but it is just visually stunning. The soundtrack is just mind-blowing. Hans Zimmer is my favorite composer, and it's a flawed movie, but the things that they get right in The Man of Steel, so good. The opening sequence on Krypton, let's move on. Number 3, Gravity, from Alfonso Cuarón. This movie has some of the best, special effects I've seen since like Avatar. Like, the special effects in this movie are extraordinary. The story is just unnervingly gripping. The soundtrack makes me feel like I'm going to have a heart attack. The performances are great. Just a mind-blowing movie. Whatever he makes next, I'll watch. I don't care if Alfonso's next movie is about, you know, building tables or some shit. Can't wait to see it, because Gravity was just... Top 2 favorite films of the year. Number 2 is going to be 12 Years a Slave. I think this movie might have actually changed my life. Years a Slave is the toughest movie I've ever had to watch, honestly, with the exception of Requiem for a Dream by Darren Aronofsky. But 12 Years a Slave is so inspiring and horrific and accurate, and just the performances are scary good. I mean, Michael Fassbender is scary good. I mean, this movie needs to be seen. It is stunning. It will leave you stunned. It's like someone just kicked your brain into the back of your skull. The cinematography is perfect. It's perfect. The performances are perfect. It is a mind-blowing movie. Mind-blowing. Fuck. Of course, my favorite film of the year is The Wolf of Wall Street. I literally have seen the movie twice this week. Leonardo DiCaprio's performance is just incredible. I think he needs to win Best Actor. Martin Scorsese is one of my favorite filmmakers. I mean, this movie is so funny. It hurts. It's so funny. The performances are fantastic, but this is Leo at his best. The soundtrack is wonderful. Cinematography is wonderful. It's just such a, you know, inspiring, cautionary, horrific, dark film, and it just, you know, it's one of the best movies I've ever seen, and I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Yeah, well, I need to go to work. Fuck. What's your list of favorite films from 2013? What do you think about my list? Let me know down below. And I gotta go to work, so peace out.